The distress beacon pierced through the void of space like a dying star's last gasp. Lieutenant Commander Elsa Koronen stood on the bridge of the UHNS Resilience, her ice-blue eyes scanning the holographic display that showed the coordinates of the SOS signal. The message was fragmented, distorted by subspace interference. But 3 words came through with crystal clarity. "Help us, please." "Captain Farrat," Elsa called out, her Finnish accent barely noticeable after years in the United Human Navy. "We're receiving Priority 1 distress from the Velkari colony on Theta 7. Raiders, possibly the Krath Dominion." "Captain Farrat." Hassan turned from the navigation console, his dark eyes hardening. The veteran officer had seen too many colonies reduced to ash by the Krath, those 6-limbed predators who believed the galaxy belonged to the strong. They had made a fatal miscalculation about humanity, however. They thought Earth was just another soft target, another garden world ripe for conquest. They had never encountered a Deathworld species before. "How many ships do they have?" Farad asked, his voice calm despite the tension crackling through the bridge. "Sensors indicate 12 Krath battlecruisers," replied Ensign Chen from Tactical. "The Velkari have maybe 20 minutes before their shields collapse. 12 battlecruisers. The Resilience was alone, a single destroyer-class vessel, and Doctrine said to wait for reinforcements. But Farrat had learned something during humanity's first contact with the wider galaxy. While other species calculated odds and waited for favorable conditions, humans did something the universe found utterly insane. They rushed toward danger when others called for help. "Lieutenant Commander Korhonen, plot an intercept course. Maximum burn," Farrat ordered, "and send a message to the fleet. Tell them we're engaging." Elsa's fingers flew across her console. "Course plotted. ETA 7 minutes." She paused, then added with a slight smile, "That's faster than regulations recommend, sir." "Regulations were written by people who never faced the Krath," Farrat replied. He activated the ship-wide comm. "All hands, battle stations. We're going in hot." The Resilience surged forward, her fusion drives burning at 110% capacity. Most species' ships would tear themselves apart at such acceleration, but human engineering had a particular philosophy. If it couldn't survive ridiculous stress, it wasn't worth building. Humanity's ships were over-engineered, over-armed, and piloted by a species that evolved dodging predators and enduring ice ages. They were Deathworlders, and the galaxy was still learning what that meant. Theta 7 appeared on the view screen, a blue-green marble surrounded by the angular silhouettes of Krath warships. The Velkari colony, home to 3 million bird-like aliens, was taking bombardment fire. Plumes of fire rose from the surface. "They're targeting civilian centers," Elsa reported, her voice tight with controlled fury. She had seen this before. The Krath didn't take prisoners. They destroyed. "Weapons free," Farrat commanded. "Show them why you don't attack the helpless when humans are watching." The Resilience dropped out of faster-than-light travel directly into the Krath formation, an insane maneuver that violated every tactical doctrine of every species except humanity. Elsa's fingers danced across the weapons console as rail cannons opened fire, tungsten projectiles accelerating to relativistic speeds. The first Krath battlecruiser's shields, designed to deflect energy weapons, shattered like glass against kinetic impact. The Krath had energy shields. Humans had rocks thrown really, really hard. "Target destroyed," Elsa announced. "Acquiring second target." The Krath fleet turned to face this new threat, their 12 remaining ships dwarfing the single human destroyer. Their commander must have been laughing. 12 against 1. Standard doctrine said the human ship should retreat, but humans didn't follow standard doctrine. Farrat gripped the command chair as the ship banked hard. Elsa's targeting solutions guided by reflexes honed by a species that once hunted mammoth with sharpened sticks. Missile pods opened, releasing a swarm of ship killers. Not the guided, slow-moving missiles other species used, but human missiles. Fast, numerous, and equipped with basic AI that made them terrifyingly effective. 2 more Krath ships erupted in silent fireballs. 9 hostiles remaining, Elsa reported. "They're attempting to surround us." "Let them try," Farrat said. He knew something the Krath didn't. The cavalry was coming. Space itself seemed to tear open as 15 human warships dropped out of FTL in perfect formation. Cruisers, destroyers, and at the center, the dreadnought Indomitable. Her weapon batteries already hot. The human fleet had received Farrat's message and responded with the speed and ferocity that was becoming humanity's trademark. When Deathworlders answered an SOS, they didn't come alone. The Krath commander must have realized his mistake then. He was no longer the hunter but the hunted, surrounded by a species that evolved to be persistence predators, that chased prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. The 9 remaining Krath ships tried to scatter, but Elsa's tactical network had already painted each one. The battle was over in 4 minutes. As the last Krath ship disintegrated under concentrated fire, Elsa opened a channel to the Velkari colony. "This is Lieutenant Commander Korhonen of the United Human Navy. You are safe now. Medical ships are en route." The response came through broken with static and emotion. You came. The Galactic Council said you were too far, that no one would arrive in time." Farhat stepped forward, his voice steady. "The Council doesn't understand us yet. When someone calls for help, humans answer. Distance doesn't matter. Odds don't matter. You called and we came." That transmission would spread across the galaxy within days. Species that had dismissed humanity as reckless, as dangerously impulsive, began to understand. Humans weren't reckless. They simply refused to calculate the cost of doing what was right. The Velkari would never forget the day the Deathworlders' fleet answered their call. Neither would the Krath Dominion, whose raids into civilized space ended that day. They had learned what the galaxy was still learning. Humanity had arrived and the rules had changed forever.